Star Wars needs help, and instead of coming to the rescue, Disney is cutting costs and hoping for a miracle. Spoiler alert, it's not going to work. Let's start with the streaming mess. Bob Iger, in his infinite wisdom, admitted that Disney Plus isn't cutting it. After throwing millions at new Star Wars and Disney series, the profit margins are still abysmal. Their genius plan: make fewer series each year. Brilliant. It's like watching a sinking ship and deciding the best course of action is to throw out half the lifeboats.
That makes sense to me.
Marvel has been churning out shows left and right, but Star Wars, we've only seen a handful. Sure, The Mandalorian broke records, but it's the exception, not the rule. The real issue is Disney's mishandling of iconic characters. Obi-Wan Kenobi and the Book of Boba Fett were disasters. Why? Because they were low-budget trash. Star Wars fans crave immersion, not scenes that look like they were shot in someone's backyard with a budget of $10.
Where does all the money go?
I don't know.
After the catastrophe that was the sequel trilogy, Lucasfilm hasn't released a single movie, not one. Despite promising a slew of projects, we've seen a mere fraction of what was teased. Fans are left skeptical and frustrated, and rightfully so. Kathleen Kennedy, who has been steering this ship straight into the ground, has become public enemy #1 among Star Wars fans. Kennedy had an impressive track record as a producer before taking the helm at Lucasfilm, but her tenure has been an unmitigated disaster. The sequel trilogy was a dumpster fire, and the constant failure to release another movie has only cemented her status as the worst thing to happen to Star Wars since Jar Jar Binks. Disney's inability to meet expectations is a clear sign that it's time for new leadership. Rumors swirled that Kennedy would have been out after Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. But surprise, surprise, other reports claim that Disney couldn't find anyone suitable to replace her. It's like watching another sinking ship and realizing the only person available to steer it is the one who poked the holes in the first place.
That still makes sense to me.
Lucasfilm is a big mess, and nobody wants Kennedy's job. That's how toxic things have become. Disney needs new leadership for Star Wars, plain and simple. If they can't find anyone to replace Kennedy, that's a terrifying thought. The future of Star Wars hinges on the next few years, and fans are desperately hoping that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau can swoop in and save the day. These two have proven they understand what makes Star Wars great, unlike the current regime that's running it into the ground. Disney is sitting on a goldmine, but instead of tapping into its potential, they're bungling it at every turn. Cutting costs isn't the answer. Investing in quality storytelling and production is. The fans are hungry for good Star Wars content, and Disney has the resources to deliver. But if they keep Kennedy at the helm and continue their cost-cutting measures, they're going to damage the franchise beyond repair. It's almost impressive how they consistently make the worst possible decisions. Kathleen Kennedy has managed to alienate the core fanbase while also failing to attract a new generation of viewers. It's as if her mission is to make Star Wars as unappealing as possible. Every decision seems to scream, how can we make this worse? From the lackluster sequel trilogy to the god-awful shows like The Acolyte, it's a masterclass in how not to run a franchise. It's a joke. Disney's strategy seems to be announce something to appease the fans, then quietly shelve it when nobody's looking. Meanwhile, other franchises like Dune are thriving because they respect their source material and invest in talented creators who understand and love the lore. Disney, on the other hand, is content to churn out mediocrity and hope that the Star Wars name alone will carry it. Newsflash, it won't. The fans deserve better, and it's high time Disney realizes this before it's too late. And for the love of the Force, let's hope Disney can wake up and do better.